Hi, and welcome to this episode of John's Model Kit Review. Today we are looking at Airfix's 1/48 scale Hawker Hurricane Mk.1 Tropical. And this is Airfix kit number 05129. In this in-process model kit review, we're going to be taking a look at the progress that I've made so far on the kit. We will look at the kit instructions. We will be taking a look at the painting and marking guides for this kit. We will look at the quality of the decals. We will also check out the clear parts on this kit and the surface detailing that comes on this kit. We will look at the fabric texture on the kit, and we'll look at any problem areas on this kit as well. Since I recently built Hasegawa's Mk.1 Hurricane kit, we will also take a look at that kit and how this Airfix kit compares with the Hasegawa kit. And we're going to be attempting to answer the question, is Airfix's Hurricane Mk.1 the best Hurricane kit available in 1/48 scale? In looking at the kit instructions, steps 1 through 3 deal with the interior structure and the seat. Steps 4 through 7 really continue on with the interior structure and building up the cockpit interior. Steps 8 and 9, again, it's more interior bits. Everything goes together pretty well. There's a little bit of flash to clean up. It assembles like the aircraft itself. Steps 10 through 11, again, it's more interior detail and some wheel well detail being put on. It's a real shame that the clear parts are thick and not very transparent, and they really don't allow you to see what's a high point on this kit, which is an interior detail. I did add some Eduard pre-painted photo etch seatbelts just to dress up what you can see through the canopy, and those look great. I recommend those highly. Steps 12 and 13 cover an optional pilot figure and wing modification for this version of Hurricane. Steps 14, 15, and 16 are dealing with more wheel well detail. Steps 17 through 19 cover mating the interior assembly to the lower wing assembly. Step 20 just covers cutting out the gun covers if you're going to display those open. Steps 21 through 30 cover the gun installation if you want to display the gun covers open. And the detail on the guns and the ammunition trays and everything actually looks pretty good. And there are separate covers if you do display them open. Step 31 covers attaching the upper and lower wings. Step 32 gives some interior detail and instrument detail and sidewall detail in the fuselage halves. Step 33 is just closing up the fuselage halves. And I really had no issues here with this. Everything went together very nicely. And step 34 is joining the fuselage and wing assemblies. I was able to get a very nice fit between the wings and the fuselage, and I dry fitted these parts and really made sure that everything fit nicely before committing to glue. Steps 35 and 36 cover the installation of the lower engine cowling and the lower fuselage tail section. The design of this part on the Airfix kit means that the join lines to the fuselage are on panel lines. And unfortunately on the Hasegawa kit, the join line is not on a natural panel line and it interrupts the fabric detail on the underside of the fuselage. Steps 37 through 38 cover the ailerons. Steps 39 through 42 covers the tail planes and the rudder assembly. I really like the fact that on this kit these surfaces are posable, and that's an advantage over the Hasegawa kit as well. One thing I noticed was I did have sink marks around the tail surfaces on each fuselage half. You can see in this picture as well the surface texture on the fuselage and the fabric detail is quite grainy on the Airfix kit, and I would say that's a bit of a drawback. Steps 43 through 45 cover the radiator installation, and I was able to get this together and on the kit with no major problems. It did require a bit of finish sanding to look nice. This is a comparison with the Hasegawa part. There's a little bit more rivet detail on the Hasegawa part, and it's a simpler design. Step 46 and 47 covers the air intake and the radiator front. You can see there's a seam that's on the inside of the intake that's hard to clean up. I may have to fill that in a little bit and do some more sanding. Step 48 covers the tail wheel installation. Step 49 is if you want to pose the landing gear in the closed position. Steps 50 through 53 cover the built-up landing gear legs, and everything looks good here. The detail parts on the landing gear legs look nice. Steps 54 and 55 are just completing the landing gear assembly. The detail on the gear doors looks decent. There are a couple of ejector pin marks, but they're going to be directly behind the landing gear legs. And the detail on the wheels looks nice. I like the fact that the Airfix has optional flat spotted wheels. Steps 56 through 58 cover the exhaust, the prop, and the gun sight. I have hollowed out the kit exhausts and pre-painted those. Those are ready to put on the kit. This is the prop that's still in process. Step 59 covers the installation of the clear parts. And again, these clear parts just are not that clear. The frame is thick. There's not real crisp definition on the frames. If you're going to spend a little bit of extra money in improving this kit, this is the one area of this kit that really lets the rest of the kit down. The nice thing about this canopy is that you can pose it open or closed. And if we take a look at the Hasegawa kit canopy, we can see it's better clarity and the framing is more crisply defined. Steps 60 and 61 just cover installing the final bits on the aircraft. Looking at the color and marking guide, there are two options. The first option is a number 274 Squadron Royal Air Force Hurricane that was flown from Sidi Barini in Egypt in 1941. This is the color scheme that I'm going to paint mine. The second marking option is for a Hurricane flown by the Rhodesian Air Training Group in Rhodesia in 1941. And these color callouts are world class. They've got 4 views of the aircraft. I find that the marking options are usually very well researched. I have used these Airfix decals before, and these are some of the best decals I've ever used. In looking at some differences between this kit and the Hasegawa kit, one of the things I like on this kit is that it does not have gun inserts, as does the Hasegawa kit. And it didn't turn out badly, but it was an added step, and I like the Airfix approach. The Airfix kit also has some really nice detail parts. I like the option to pose the gun panels open if I choose. In this photo, you can see 2 areas of the Airfix kit that are a little bit more restrained than the Hasegawa kit and a little bit more accurate. The first of which is the fuselage spine, where it ends just underneath the canopy. It's all one surface on the Airfix kit, and that is accurate for what's on the real aircraft. And also the fabric detailing on the rear of the fuselage is significantly more subdued on the Airfix kit than it is on the Hasegawa kit. Another area of the Airfix kit I really like is the posable tail planes. The decals on both kits work very well. The surface texture on the Airfix kit is somewhat grainy, and I prefer the shinier texture of the Hasegawa plastic. The wheel well detail on the Airfix kit is just a little bit more detailed than the Hasegawa kit, but it's a matter of degree, and it's really not going to be visible on the finished kit. The underside of the rear fuselage is another area that I would give the nod to the Airfix kit, just because the seams fall on natural panel lines. Thankfully, this is on an area of the kit that's not highly visible. The surface detailing on the wings of the kit and on the fuselage of the kit are roughly identical between the kits. I don't see a distinct advantage between either the Hasegawa or the Airfix kits. Finally, this brings us to the clear parts on the kit, and this is just one area where the Hasegawa kit definitely has the advantage, and I like the crisper detailing and the more transparent clear parts. In conclusion, is Airfix's Hurricane Mk.1 the best 1/48 scale Hurricane currently available? Well, I'm going to give that a qualified yes. If the clear parts on this kit were better, it would be a definite yes. And this is probably the nicest Airfix kit that I have built to date. Well, I'd love to know what you guys think. If any of you have built the more recent Airfix Hurricane and want to comment, please feel free to do so in the comment section below. As always, I hope you found this video entertaining and informative, and until next time, model on.